Oh, the playing of our national anthem. We're almost ready to go. This game just about set to get underway on time. George Dobbins and Ken Hunter are the officials. Of course, George retired as a coach at Alex Bay a couple of years ago. He's back to being an official.
Back into the grind, and George is a good official. I'm not familiar with Ken Hunter. We have a new vantage spot for this year, Jerry.
Yes,
usually we're on the other side, the south side. We're on the north side this year, and it's a good spot. We're not centrally located like we were before. We're down to the east end, just even with a dot. In fact, the Lakers, Oswego Buccaneers will be defending the goal right down in front of us.
So Massena will be defending the goal to our right, down at the other end of the ice. We're up actually on the restroom facility up on top. Those of you who are familiar with the Dome, beautiful facility for hockey. They did some renovations a few years ago. This place is gorgeous. Jake Morris out there with his line mates, Adam Morris and Bobby Whitcup, LaBarge and Levac to start at the blue lines. It'll be Alex Kurlilovich and Jason Guido and Dave Bashaw to start for Oswego. And off the faceoff, puck back inside Oswego territory. Defenseman Tom Master after it. He and Neil Pecor are out there at the blue line. He whips it along the boards out to center ice. Levac is there to flip it right back in the Oswego zone. Master picks it up and flips it down off a stick deep in Massena territory. Dougie Cullen in the nets for Massena. Ed Carney in the nets for Oswego. We have a whistle right off the bat here. And
we're going to have a penalty, Jerry.
An interference call immediately to start the game, and that's going to go against Brian Levac of Massena. So the Raiders are going to have to kill a penalty right off the bat here.
The Oswego player was around in the net forechecking, and Brian Levac put the stick on him, gave him a little hook, and it definitely was an interference call, and George Dobbins making the call, and the Raiders, right off the bat, down a man.
So no changes as they keep their first line out there for Oswego. Back to the point it goes to Master. He tries to flip it in the corner. Todd Collins picks up the loose puck and dumps it down the ice for the Massena Red Raiders. As we mentioned, Ed Carney in the nets for this Oswego team. Tommy Master picking up the puck. He flips it ahead, goes to the Massena line. Aaron Barkley flipping it, doesn't get it out of the zone, but following up on the play is Jake Morris, and he dumps it down the ice again. In behind the net once more, Tommy Master picking up the loose puck. Whitcup out there along with Chilton to try to kill it off. Oswego breaks in the zone. Here's Bashaw. His shot goes in behind the net. Whipping around on the other side is Kurlovich, and his pass intercepted by Bobby Whitcup, and he dumps it right back down the ice again. Tom Master back after it. Chilton puts the body on him, steals the puck. It comes free in front. Cameron shot, score! Chris Cameron picks up a shorthanded goal. A beautiful assist there by Chilton, and Massena scores a shorthanded goal to go up 1-0.
We've talked about that many times, finishing the check, and that Jason Chilton, he just went right in and just smothered the Oswego defenseman who made him cough the puck up, and he coughed up right in the slot. It came right out, and Chris Cameron, who was deadly around that net, pounced on that thing, and again, going to his left, going to the goalie's right, he put it back across to the far corner, up above the goalie's left shoulder. Beautiful shot. The Raiders up 1-0.
So Massena draws first blood here, and nice work by the Raiders, killing the penalty and scoring a goal. And here comes Cameron again. He just flips it down the ice. Back after it there is Brendan Lane. Brendan Lane, a defenseman for Oswego. And out to center ice, stolen by Cameron. Cameron circles at his own line, ragging the puck and dumps it right back in the zone and right on net. Ed Carney. Carney leaves it for his defenseman again. That's Dave Dottie. Dottie trying to flip it along the boards, poke checked away, and finally Dottie controls it, loses it. Cameron again, steps by the defense. Chris Cameron shot. Oh, big save. Rebound side of the net. Cameron almost had his second shorthanded goal in the same shift. And that'll take care of the penalty as Brian Levac steps back on the ice. Oswego ices it. The whistle blows, and Massena did a wonderful job killing the penalty. I don't think Oswego brought it in the Massena zone.
They didn't, Jerry. And one of the big question marks for Pete Sears' club is this inexperienced defense that he has. And that time, forechecking Chris Cameron just completely undressed Dave Dottie and took the puck away from him about 35 feet out, poked it by him and went in, and goalie Ed Carney made a great save, or it would be 2-0.
It's Trevor Cameron stealing the puck, shot, score! Right in front of the net, Cameron on the backhand, and the two Cameron brothers connect, and Massena goes up 2-0.
Cameron 1, Cameron 2. Boy, I'll tell you, they're deadly around that net. He made no mistake. The Raiders won the draw. Back to Trevor Cameron, got it back to Freddie Kellison, and went off Freddie's stick. Trevor picked it up right at the dot and just walked in unimpeded and laid a backhand to the far corner by Ed Carney. And boy, before you can blink your eyes, just 2 minutes have gone by. The Raiders up 2-0.
We've got Kurlovich, there we go. I'm going to have trouble with that name as the night goes on. Kurlovich out there with his line mates Vashaw and Guido. And for the Raiders, the Jake Morris line, here comes Jake with a puck. Takes it wide in the corner, left side. Stick handles in front, has it poked away, goes back to the blue line and out to center ice. Here comes Brian LeBac. Picks it up in his own end. LeBac's going to drop to Labarge. Labarge dumping to an open wing. Adam Morris has to come back. He rifles it out to center ice. Racing for it. Here comes Jake breaking down the left wing side. Looks, centering pass to Labarge breaking in. And it goes behind him. And right back the other way comes Vashaw. Here's Vashaw. Ridden out of the play. The puck slides in front. Is cleared back to the point. Dumped in the corner by the Buccaneers. It goes to Kurlovich. That's a little better. Back to the point. The puck bouncing around. Finally, it flips to the blue line and out to center ice. Picking it up is Brendan Lane. Dropping it to Jeff Pollard, the other defenseman. Pollard, a little problem with it, but he does clear it out to center ice. Here comes Kurlovich across the blue line. He's going to wind up. His shot is blocked, and the puck comes in behind as LeBac put the big body in front of it. Now it's cleared in front again and fired wide by Guido. Jake Morris with it in his own end now. Circles behind his own net. Oswego trying to put a forecheck here, but Morris steers by that rather handily and starts it ahead. On the wing it goes, in the zone. Racing for it there is Labarge. He can't quite catch up with it. Goes in behind the net, picked up by Pecor. Pecor rides it around the boards, goes all the way back in the Massena zone, but somebody touched it. No icing. And back there to pick it up. And out to center ice. Nope, they didn't quite make it to center, but Chris Cameron's going to pick it up and feed it ahead. He's trying to hit Bergeron. It goes by him. Back in the Oswego zone. Dave Dottie, hard check by Cameron. Bergeron flips to Cameron. Back to Bergeron. Side of the net. Centering pass back to Cameron. Wraparound shot. Short side. Score! Chris Cameron picks up his second goal. And Massena goes ahead 3-0.
The Cameron brothers have a hat trick. Chris Cameron, he started it and he finished it off. A great forechecking again. Punished that Laker defense. Right in on top of him, coughed up the puck, threw it out to Sebastian Bergeron. He had a whack at it. Chris Cameron came from behind the net, picked up the puck to the left of Ed Carney, walked right out in front, and tacked it upstairs on the short side. But again, it was all started with great forechecking by number 20, Chris Cameron.
Off the face-off, here comes Massena back the other way. Chilton's line out there for the Raiders against the Crannell line. Crannell out there with Moore and Erskine. Massena dumps it in the zone. That was Todd Collins. Comes in behind the net. Chilton throws a check, can't big stick to flip it in the corner. Dave Moore after it, his pass A. And Oswego's going to try to come back the other way, but Aaron Barkley intercepts the pass at his own blue line, flips it to Collins. Collins' headman goes to Bergeron. Bergeron's pass intercepted, flips to the Massena line, and we have a whistle. Oh, they're going to call a trip on Massena, and that was a tough one right there.
Borderline call, but Jerry getting back before the Oswego, as we mentioned, could blink. They're down 3-0. That's very demoralizing, and it's been this forechecking. The Raiders have been right in on top of them, finishing their check, just smothering them completely, and Coach Pete Sears was concerned about his inexperienced defense, and that has showed up here in the initial 5 minutes of this first period.
So Massena will have to kill another penalty.
They've come out in every game that they have played. This is the fourth one, and they've jumped on the opposition, and they really look intense tonight. So the coaching staff had them fired up. They've had three fairly easy games, and this was a first test that they were going to meet, and boy, they're ready. They were ready.
So far, Massena really on top of things. They got to kill another penalty here. Jake Morris with it, and he's going to rifle it down the ice as he won the draw and drew it back to himself, actually, and flipped it all the way down the ice. Here comes Oswego now. They try to move it. Morris almost steals it. Now he does. He loses it in his skates. And coming back for it is Tom Master. Master going to Kurlovich. Kurlovich trying to flip it ahead. Goes to the Massena line across the blue line. They try to bounce it through the middle. Kurlovich loses it. Bounces high in the air. Goes to Morris. Morris checked out of the play. Comes over to Kurlovich. His shot. Save made. Cullen, the rebound, goes to the side of the net. I believe that might be Cullen's first save. Puck in the corner now. Massena trying to kill this penalty, goes into the circle, they jam in front, it comes in behind the net. Racing for it is Vashaw. Vashaw for Oswego, stick handling in the corner, right side of Cullen, centering pass is knocked down, goes back to the point, Kurlovich, he whips around, his shot is blocked, and Massena breaks it out and dumps it down the ice. And that was Bobby Whitcup. Back to pick it up is Tom Master. In his own end, he picks up Whitcup as a forechecker, flips it ahead. Out to center ice it goes. Whitcup gets a little piece of it. Now Cameron throwing some body at the blue line. And poke checks the puck away. Here he comes again. Chris Cameron goes by the defenseman, takes it in behind the net. Cameron now, just stick handling, looking to waste some time. He's a package out there. Drops it back to the point. Barkley, he just flips it in the middle. Nobody there for Massena. And here comes Oswego trying to break it down. That looked like an offsides, but no. Here's the shot, and Cullen makes the save and holds on for the faceoff off the stick of Jason Guido. And that kills the penalty.
One of the captains of this Oswego club, Alex Kurlovich, and we mentioned before that name's a mouthful, but he's not very big, 5'9", 165, but he's an excellent hockey player. They use him. That's the key to this Oswego line, that front line, Kurlovich, Vashon, Guido. But they use that time they used Kurlovich on the point. He possesses that big shot.
Trevor Cameron's line coming out from Massena now. Cameron out there with Mark Tayo and Fred Kellison. And we've got Brian Lester, who's one of the extra forwards, taking the face-off. But Coach Pete Sears said he'd work those two in. He's got two extra forwards. He said he's going to work them in. As Massena clears the puck out to center ice, it comes to Jeff Pollard. Pollard flips back to the Massena line. Aaron Barkley is there. Goes to Collins. Right back to Barkley. Oops, he had a little problem with it. Loses it in front. Here's the shot. Easy shot, side of the net. And the save made, if it was on. Puck tied up in the corner again by Brian Lester. Lester and Trevor Cameron go together. And Cameron flips it ahead to Kellison, who goes back to Cameron. Here comes Trevor with it starting out. Kellison breaking right wing side. Freddie takes it across. His shot goes in behind the net. He races for it, picks it up. Has it poke checked up over the boards and into the wall. Jeff Pollard got a stick on it there. I'll tell you what, with that Brian Lester going against Trevor Cameron, that was quite a size disparity.
One thing Freddie Kellison going to the bench, that whole line, in fact, and the coaching staff will probably say to them about Freddie had a chance to clear the zone with the puck at that time and just tip it out. Oswego put a little bit of pressure on. He elected to go back into the zone, regroup. You don't want to do that.
Off the face-off, 3-0 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. The puck slides back in the Massena zone. Levac after it. He flips it around the boards. It comes back to the point to Dave Dottie. Dottie winds. His shot knocked down in front by Chilton. Whipped around the boards. Chris Cameron, he just flips it ahead for Chilton, and Massena breaks it. Here's Chilton. He can't quite control it. Back to the Massena line. The Oswego player just got sandwiched there, and the puck picked up by Labarge. Ahead to Cameron. Cameron taken out of the play. The puck bounces along the Massena line, and the Buccaneers. I keep wanting to call them the Lakers. The Buccaneers, they almost had a chance in front, but Massena moves it ahead. That's going to be an icing as Levac tried to hit the Massena wing, Sebastian Bergeron, but it got by him and went all the way down the ice.
The Raiders dodging a bullet took a weird bounce off the dasher in behind. It was cleared in by Oswego and going around behind the net. It hit something, and Dougie Cullen had turned his back, returning to his crease, and it came right between his legs, right out in front. And fortunately, one of the Raider defensemen was there to pick it up and clear it out of the way.
It was Brian Levac. Okay, Morris's line back out from Massena against the Kurlovich line. Off the face-off, puck goes in behind the net. Picked up by Todd Collins. He whips it for Bobby Whitcup. Whitcup's pass is intercepted, knocked back in the corner. Bobby throws a check, and the puck goes around to Jake Morris. Morris trying to pass it ahead. Collins sprawls and gets it out of the zone. Hard check thrown there by Adam Morris, and the puck slides deep in Oswego territory. Now Jake Morris throws a check, and the puck comes back to the blue line and out to center ice. Racing down is Guido. Guido waits for some help as he's 1-on-2. Takes it in the zone, centering pass. Kurlovich can't get the shot off as Collins did a good job to take him out of the play. Here comes Jake Morris. Drops it back for Collins. Collins is going to whip it on the other side for Aaron Barkley, and Aaron starts it out from Massena. Headman pass. Goes on the stick of Morris, taken away from him by Neil Pecor. Now Morris with it in his own end. Jake, backhand pass to Collins. Doesn't get out of the zone. And it's in the corner, but Whitcup is there to break it in behind the net. Massena zone. Here comes Bobby Whitcup, trying to move it ahead to Jake Morris. Morris goes back to Whitcup a little bit too far, but Adam Morris is there to poke it ahead. Now Trevor Cameron steps off the bench, has it taken away, gets it back again, and then he loses it once more. In the zone, here comes Siapa. Siapa can't control it as it bounces off his stick up into the Massena bench. and we'll have a face-off. 6:01 remaining in period number 1 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. The Raiders lead at 3-0.
You know, Jerry, usually in the course of 3 lines or 4 lines, you're going to get 1 or 2 lines that are not as strong or don't forecheck as much as another line. And usually on even a strong forechecking line, there's 1 out of the 3. There's not one line of this Raider club, all 4 units, that don't forecheck really well and finish their checks.
They're hungry. Here's a shot from the blue line. Cullen makes the save and leaves it. Oswego is there to try to pick it up. They go back to the point, back at the 45 position. Here's the shot, and we have a whistle. We got another penalty, I believe. And that happened way behind the play out by the blue line. No, what do they call, man in the crease?
I believe so. He's taking it back up. We're going to have a face-off in center ice here. In fact, the Oswego goaltender, Ed Carney, was all the way to the bench. He was ready to step in. He thought there was a delayed penalty coming up here.
So did I have to admit.
Just a second. We might have a... Yeah, Jason Labarge is going in. He's going to the box, but the face-off's coming back out here to center ice. They didn't blow the whistle at the right time. That's what happened. It was the Raiders that touched it and didn't blow it. Okay, Jason Labarge is going to the box. Probably a holding call. I'm taking a guess on that one, but this will be the 3rd penalty in a row. Actually, the 4th penalty. Nope, 3rd penalty in a row for the Raiders.
I was pretty sure he did call a penalty, but, yeah, hey. Off the face-off, inside the Massena zone, and here's the shot. Cullen makes the save and loses it, and the net's off its moorings as it was cleared in the corner anyway. Somebody... went into the net and knocked it off. I don't think Cullen went in.
No, it didn't. The Raider defenseman took the I'm going to say Lake Placid, Oswego player. I'll tell you, that was a hard shot from about 45 feet out and hit Dougie Cullen in the chest. He lost it. He turned to his right, and it laid right in front, right wide open crease. Fortunately, the 2 players, the Massena defenseman and the Oswego forward, crashed into that, knocked it off the moorings.
Face-off left side, Massena zone. Bashaw will take the face-off on the power play, as they've got Kurlovich back at the point. In behind the net, picked up by Guido. He circles in the corner, right side of Massena goalie. Back to Kurlovich, back to Guido. Guido has it go by him in the corner. They move it around. Guido gets it back again, takes it to the 45, looks to center it. It's intercepted, bounces back to the blue line, but doesn't get out as it's kept in by Tom Master. Now the puck along the boards. Massena trying to pick it up, and they do as Jason Chilton flips it all the way down the ice. Just under a minute left to play in the penalty. Yeah. Here comes Kurlovich. Long headman pass. He hits Master, and he just dumps it in the Massena zone. Collins whacks at it, goes off the glass in the corner. Picked up by Dave Bashaw. Back in behind for Master. Now they try to move it around the horn. Goes back to the point to Kurlovich. Winds, fakes the shot. His pass intercepted. Cameron picks it up, spins around, and flips it down the ice. Little indecision there by Kurlovich. Cost him that time. Back after it again is Tom Master. Master's headman goes to Kurlovich. Kurlovich takes it across and then flips it in the Massena end, goes to the side of the net. Levac. Brian Levac, it's tied up in behind. It's picked up there by Dave Moore. Moore goes back to Kurlovich. Kurlovich trying to flip it to the other defenseman. Collins after it. He can't control, goes right in front of the net, but Levac is there to flip it down the ice as he stepped in and picked it up. We're down to 2 seconds, 1 second. That'll take care of the penalty. 4:19 left in the first period. On the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, Massena leads at 3-0. Raiders with a puck in their own end. Flipping it back inside. We're going to have a offsides. No, they're going to be a penalty.
Well, it's they dodged one a second ago that the officials didn't call. Brian Levac rounding his own net with the puck, and Jason Guido put the clutch on him, spun him right around. Jason coughed up the puck. The Oswego club grabbed it and threw it out in front, almost capitalized on a goal, but they should have had a penalty there, but they didn't call it. But back up to this end. First time the Raiders are going on a power play.
So Massena will send out Jake Morris, Adam Morris, and Bobby Whitcup. The regular first line will be out there. And we've got Labarge and Levac at the points off the faceoff. It comes to the Massena line, and Brian Levac with it to Labarge. Labarge headman to Whitcup, leaves it for Morris. Here comes Jake busting in on the right wing side. Gets by the defense, takes it right in front, can't get the shot off as he got his stick hooked. Here's Morris again centering it. Back to the point. Jason Labarge winds up. His shot, the save made. The rebound comes to Whitcup. He's going to bounce it back to the point. Goes to Labarge, back to Whitcup. Bobby can't catch up with it. It's dumped back to the point, kept in by Jason Labarge. He sprawls for it, but can't keep it in. And right back, here comes Oswego. They get a shot. Was that on?
Yes, it was.
Good
Great save by Dougie Cullen. Jimmy Cranell picked up the puck just outside the blue line, loose puck, and he used Brian Levac as a screen from about 45 feet out. He really drifted one in there, and that was headed for the corner, Jerry. Dougie Cullen with that quick left hand. Great save.
So Massena with early chances in the power play, but they gave up the blue line that time, and Oswego had an opportunity. Off the face, it comes to Aaron Barkley, who's out there with Todd Collins now. And we've got the Chilton line to give the power play a try here for Massena. Barkley flipping it ahead. Collins, he's just going to dump it in the Oswego zone, and Chilton racing in after it. Has it poked away. Here's Big Cameron. Now to Chilton in the corner. With a puck, goes back to Bergeron. Bergeron goes across to Collins. Collins to Barkley, but outside the blue line. Massena has to regroup. Here's Bergeron, dropping it back to Barkley. Barkley to Collins. Collins dumps it in the zone again. Comes in behind the net. Whipped around the boards there by Master. Stepping in front here, Bergeron. Oh, he makes a stick handle move, takes it in behind the net. Looks to center it, goes bouncing off a leg back to the point. Now to Collins. Collins winds up. His shot goes off a leg. In the corner, picked up there by Tom Master. Master can't get it out. Bergeron. It's deflected in front by Cameron. Bergeron. Cameron shot. Oh, he just missed. Picked up behind by Chilton. Chilton goes back to Collins at the point. Collins to Barkley. Barkley in the corner, and Chilton kind of got knocked down. He couldn't come up with it, and is cleared out to center ice. Here comes Barkley to Bergeron. Bergeron, stick handling it, flips it in the zone to Cameron. Cameron gets knocked down. The puck comes free. It's picked up by Master. He flips it out to center ice. Comes to Levac at the Massena blue line. 2:20 left to play in the first period. Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard reads 3-0 Massena as the Raiders ice the puck, and the faceoff will move back inside Massena territory.
Jerry, great puck movement by that line of Sebastian Bergeron, Jason Chilton, and Chris Cameron, where the Raiders can come out, where Oswego comes out with one line, the Kurlovich line on the power all the time. The Raiders can come out with two, maybe three, and they don't lose anything. That was great puck movement by that line, and the defensive pairing of Todd Collins and Aaron Barkley.
Dorsey will face off now against Trevor Cameron. Off the face-off, Levac moving it ahead. Here comes Cameron. Cameron, long head man pass. Breaking in the zone is Freddie Kellison. He stops, looks, trying to get Cameron in there, but the puck poked free as he got double-teamed. Now poke checked away by Tayo. Tayo can't get the shot off. He did a great job, though. He still has the puck, finally has it taken away as he was double-teamed. And Bauer moves it around, but not out. Kellison keeps it in, feeding it to Cameron in behind the net. Trevor with it, looks to center. No, he's going to step in front, short side, shot. The save is made, and up over the glass. And I'll tell you what, this is a real mismatch. Massena's third line against Oswego's third line.
It is. They were all over them that time. Great job by, on the left side, Mark Tayo. Great forechecking job. He stripped the puck from the Oswego defenseman and just slid it wide. And then Trevor Cameron around that net. He's dangerous, I'll tell you. That combination, the Cameron brothers, when they get around that net, they know what to do with it.
We've got the Morris line out against the Kurlovich line. Face-off, Oswego zone off the draw. Morris wins it. Stick handles, gets a shot off, and the save made. A bouncing puck right in front. The shot, another save, rebound. Goes back to the blue line and not out to center ice as Morris gets back to keep it in after a nice check by Todd Collins. Now the puck in the corner. Bobby Whitcup racing for it, trying to feed it to Jake as he gets railed. Morris gets knocked down. Another hard check to the point. Collins, oh, he didn't miss by much. Whips around the boards. Barkley trying to keep it in. Did he keep it in? I don't believe so. Oh, there's a big penalty as Dave Moore just railed Aaron Barkley right in the face, and he did it right in front of George Dobbins.
Well, if you're good, that's the wrong place, wrong thing to do anyway in this situation, down 3-0. But in particular, that's the wrong thing to do at the wrong time at the wrong place, and he's got whistled for high sticking penalty, whatever, we'll see, but it's a minute and a half. But I just want to comment, a beautiful check that time by Adam Morris, and that's which allowed the puck to come free back to the defense, and the Raider defense took a big blast from the point and almost scored. But that little thing department, Jerry, great forechecking again. We've said it about 6 times in this first period, but the Raiders are really laying the body on and finishing their checks.
Chilton's line out for the power play. Chilton, Cameron, and Bergeron off the face, comes outside. Todd Collins has to dump it in. Massena tags up, and the puck goes in behind the net. That's Dave Dottie. Dottie's pass intercepted by Chilton. The puck sits in the corner. Cameron trying to come up with it, but Kurlovich is there. He backhands it, missed it. He circles the other way. He's going to whip it around the boards, takes a funny bounce, and it's out to center ice. After this, Guido in the Massena zone, gets a shot off, gets it right back again on the block. He flips it high in the air, goes in the corner, Massena zone. Under a minute to play in the period. Massena leads 3-0 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Here comes Jason Chilton moving it ahead to Bergeron. Bergeron dumps it in the zone. In around the boards it goes, in behind the net. Cameron throws a check, and Chilton picks up the puck, goes back to the point with it. Barkley feeding it in behind again to Chris Cameron. Cameron gets tied up, but Chilton is there to pick up the loose puck. Flipping it to Collins. Collins can't find the handle. It bounces in the slot. Finally, it's cleared, but not out. Well, it does come out now, and Collins has to come back. He lifts it in the air again, goes in behind the net with 8 seconds left in the period. Here come the Lakers. They're just going to try to dump it down the ice. It's controlled by a high stick with 2 seconds, 1 second. That'll take care of the period. And the bucket, what did I call them? The Lakers again? Yeah.
Well, we'll call them the Lakers. I'm gonna. That's in the blue piping, the blue pants, and red helmets. The Oswego. We're gonna call them the Lakers. I'm gonna continue to call them the Lakers. Wearing the road blue, blue pants, blue shirts, trimmed in white, with blue. Some with blue and some with white helmets.
Very much like OFA's uniforms, as a matter of fact. Their actual team name is the Buccaneers. Jason Chilton out there for Massena. He'll start along with Sebastian Bergeron and Chris Cameron. And Oswego has 16 seconds left to kill in a penalty running over from the last period off the faceoff. The puck comes to Brendan Lane on the blue line. He flips it ahead to the Massena line. And here comes Oswego. And Dougie Cullen has to make a save right off the bat, as taking the shot from just inside the blue line, Jim Crennel. And he got something on it, but it was right into Dougie Cullen's chest.
That was a strange when the Raider defense had parted. Brian Levac had gone to the boards to get the puck, and it took a strange bounce and came right out in the middle, and Jim Crennel pounced on it, and he unleashed a 50-footer that had something on it. But Dougie Cullen coming out to challenge him and handle it easily.
And again, this place, you will, kind of like Brazier, you will occasionally get a funny bounce. Here comes Massena breaking out, about 4 seconds left. Chris Cameron trying to center it, and Bergeron couldn't get a stick down, and Crennel picks it up and starts back. Flips it to center ice. Goes into the Massena zone. Todd Collins is there. Collins starts it out. His long head man goes by everybody back in the Oswego zone. Racing back forward is Brendan Lane. Lane, his head man all the way down the ice. And Cullen has to make the save as it's right on net. Otherwise, it would have been an icing. Here's Aaron Barkley. Flipping it out to center ice. Cameron, head man for Chilton. Jason takes it across, left side, wide, looks to center it. Knocked down in front. The bouncing puck goes in behind the net. And finally, it's picked up once again by Jim Crennel. Crennel bouncing it. Doesn't quite get it out to center. Well, apparently he did. We don't really have a good vantage spot to see that offside. And it was close.
Things you like to see, department, Jerry. That time, Sebastian Bergeron fed Chris Cameron. He gained the zone and went wide. In the meantime, Sebastian Bergeron, like good hockey players will do, will go to the open ice. He went to the opening. This is what you have to do.
Off the face-off. Jake Morris's line out there goes to Levac, and he flips it in behind the net. Whipped around the boards it goes. And back to the blue line. Morris can't keep it in. Jake, his pass goes to Levac. Levac flips it back in the zone. Kurlovich after it. Whitka forechecking on him. Whitka, heavy check. And Kurlovich dumps it back into the Massena zone. Here comes Brian Levac with it, circling behind his own net. Starts it out. Here's Levac, his head man. Goes to Adam Morris a little bit too far. Back out to center ice. Levac follows. And Massena had to clear the zone. And it's picked up there by Jason Guido. His pass intercepted, knocked down. But coming back after it is Master. And he flips it over on the other side for Neil Pecor. Pecor dumps it back in the Massena zone again. That time it'll be icing, as nobody touched that one on the way by. And the face-off will move back inside Oswego territory. Massena leading 3-0 on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard with 13-12 remaining in period number 2.
Brian Levac, first 4 games, Jerry, just oozing confidence. He rounded the net that time, beat the forechecker, made the turn, headbanded the puck, drew a forechecker to him. It actually took 2 out of the play. He's had a great starting season. 6'1", 170-pound junior. He looks impressive.
Good-sized lad. Kellison now flips it in behind the net as Massena's got the Trevor Cameron line out there. Tayo trying to get a piece of it, comes to the blue line, kept in there. And we've got Chris Aldis out there now, back out to center ice. Todd Collins lifts it back in the Oswego zone. Picking it up there is Dave Dottie. And he dumps it down the ice. That'll be another icing call against the Buccaneers, and it'll move it back inside their territory for another face-off.
Yeah, young Mr. Aldis out there replacing Aaron Barkley. Possibly Aaron is still feeling the effects of the flu.
Yeah.
He missed the game the other day and wasn't that chipper yesterday, so possibly the coaching staff giving him a short shift.
Of course, that's a luxury of having a deep team. Face off, Trevor Cameron wins the draw. Tayo, his quick wrist shot, and the save is made by goaltender Ed Carney. Puck back along the boards. Tayo centering it, knocked down. Nobody there from Massena, but it's kept in at the point. In behind the net, Jeff Pollard with it. Pollard flipping. Tayo steps in front of it, dumps it in behind for Cameron. Looking to center. It goes back to the blue line, intercepted, and back the other way. Here comes Guido. His shot. Save made by Dougie Cullen. Bouncing puck in the slot. They move it around. Back to the point. Dumped in the corner. Here's Todd Collins with it. Headman pass. Back to the point. Not out. Here's the drive. Cullen makes the save again. And it's picked up by Tayo. He flips it ahead. Meant for Trevor Cameron. That's knocked down. Coming back for it is Freddie Kellison. Kellison has it poke checked away from him. Aldis goes after it in the Massena zone. Takes it in behind the net. Here's Aldis with it. Steps out in front. Now he backhands it ahead to center ice. Kellison. Freddie with it. Dumps it in the zone. And Massena's going to make a line change. Kellison stays out there to forecheck anyway. Now here comes Todd Collins busting down the right wing side in the zone. Gets away from him. Tommy Master picks it up. Collins throws a check. Master gets up. Picks up the puck. Flips it on the 45. Trying to get it out of the zone. That was Brian Lester. And he does manage to get it out to center ice. Headman to Asenzi. He takes it in the Massena zone. Knocked away from him. And we have a whistle. And we're going to have a roughing call against Massena.
I think possibly Jason Chilton is going to go to the sin bin for a minute and a half. He's got that downcast look on, but I could be wrong. It's I guess I was wrong. It's Sebastian Bergeron's going to draw the roughing penalty. We talked about Dougie Cullen in the first period. He's come up big right here in this period with two outstanding saves. Jason Bauer unleashed a real drive, and Dougie really came out and challenged him and picked it off with a glove. Two good saves so far in this period.
Chilton and Cameron out to kill off the faceoff. Comes to Cameron. He flips it to Labarge, and he dumps it. Doesn't get it out. Kept in there nicely by Kurlovich. He flips it in behind the net. Now Collins throws a check, trying to tie it up, or is that Levac? That's Levac. Puck in behind again as they move it around. Here's the drive. Goes to the side of the net. Whips around behind into the 45. Chilton gets a piece of it. Kept in by Kurlovich again. Oswego moving it out by the blue line. Flipping it to the 45 as they move it around the horn. Right-sided goalie. Back to the point. Over on the other point, that's Master. Master dumps in the middle, deflected. I think Cullen got a piece of that to stick it in behind. Now the puck around the boards. Oswego putting on their best pressure of the game thus far. They center it, bounces back to the blue line. It comes to Tom Master. His drive is knocked down. Chilton steals it. And actually what happened is Master just didn't get good wood on it. And Chilton stepped in front of it, flipped it down the ice. And Massena will get some new penalty killers out there. The best pressure for Oswego thus far in the game on this power play. Massena dumping it back in the Oswego line. They dump it out to center ice again. And Morris gets a piece of it, flips it back. Kurlovich. His headman pass comes to the Massena line. And Jason Labarge is there to flip it right back down the ice with 15 seconds left. Scoreboard reads 3-0, the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. Whitcup throws a check, trying to come up with a puck, but it's out to center ice. Racing in the zone. Here comes Kurlovich. Trying to center it. It goes in behind the net. And they jam for it on the side. That's Vashaw. Can't come up with it. Morris gets a piece of it. Flips it ahead. And we have another whistle. And
I think the man out of the box didn't come back in the zone, Jerry. But you mentioned that time a good shift on that power play by Oswego.
The first half of the power play.
They gained that zone, and they set it up, that Kurlovich line, Vashon Guido, and they used the old overload, the power play that Massena used last year. They tried to overload to one side, and they worked it around really well, and Dougie Cullen had to come up big, a couple of shots through traffic, and his defense, when he did make the save, they were there to clear the rebound, and that's so important. Goaltender makes that save, you want to make sure the defense clears the rebound, and they're doing an outstanding job.
Trevor Cameron's line, here's a shot from the point, and that goes wide, and Eddie Davis is playing a wing on this line. He'll bring it out of the zone. Here comes Davis across the blue line, has it poke checked away, back out to center ice. Aaron Barkley, who's back there, picks it up, flips it back in the zone. And I think they caught an offside, if I'm not mistaken. Or is that a penalty?
I think it's an offside.
Offside. They called it an intentional offside and moved the faceoff all the way back into the Massena zone. Again, Trevor Cameron will take the faceoff.
The Lakers, again, the Buccaneers, have changed their forechecking pattern with the second and third line a little bit, Jerry. They're holding the wings back somewhat.
Off the face-off, in behind the net. Puck goes into the corner. Eddie Davis flips it back for Aaron Barkley. Barkley running into a problem there. He kicks it over to Davis, and Davis starts out from Massena. Long headman pass goes off a leg. Back in the Lakers zone, racing back forward is the defenseman Jeff Pollard. Kellison is there, and so is Cameron. Cameron picks up the loose puck, takes it side of the net, circles, looking for some help there. He's taken into the boards. The puck squirts free. It's flipped around the boards by Siapa. Kept in at the point. Here's a shot and the save made by Carney. That's the first save he's made in a while. And the Lakers dump it down the ice. That'll be another icing call against Oswego. The Buccaneers dump it down the ice.
Again, at that time, probably to the effects of getting over that flu, Mark Tile, that shift was spelled by Eddie Davis, and the Raiders did not lose a step when Eddie stepped in there, just like he did up in Lake Placid the other night. So again, getting back to, we talked about depth, and they have the benefit of being 4 deep, 4 lines, and 8 defensemen, and it pays off when you run into sickness like they have this week.
9:01 left, 3-0 on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. Massena leads. Face off left side, Oswego zone. Chris Cameron in the corner, looking back to the point. Picks it up again, goes through traffic, gets a shot off right on the save, and holding on for the face-off is Ed Carney, as he had, let's see, that was Chilton right on top of him.
And again, Chris Cameron through traffic. He just muscled his way around number 19, Jason Guido, at the top of the circle, and swung from, he plays that off wing, and once he comes to the inside, he's on his forehand, and he just spins around, and he fired about a 45-50 footer through somewhat traffic, and Carney was able to come out and make the save.
Bauer takes the face-off against Chilton. They move it to the right side off the draw back to the point. Levac winds up, flips it in behind the net. Here's Chris Cameron with it. Cameron circles. He runs into some traffic. The puck kicks free. Bergeron back to the point. Levac fakes the shot. Goes to Labarge. Wide open. His drive. And it's deflected up into the screen. And we'll have another face-off.
Jerry, that, again, just beautiful. A coach's delight. They had the Chris Cameron in forechecking. He tied the defenseman. Sebastian Bergeron jumped on the puck when the strong side wing came down to pick him. He threw it back to the point to Todd Collins. When he was going to be, then he slid it across to Jason Labarge, and he got off the big shot. You just couldn't diagram it any better. Perfect.
Jake Morris's line coming out now. Adam Morris on one wing and Bobby Whitcup on the other wing. Collins and Aaron Barkley to play the points. And is that Kurlovich right back out there again? You betcha. He's going to see a lot of ice time. You can count on it. Off the face-off, Brendan Lane with it. His pass almost intercepted. Gets it to the blue line, out to center ice. Collins with it. Flips it back ahead. And it's in the zone of Massena, but the Raiders break it out of there. Here comes Whitcup, flipping it through to Jake Morris, trying to split the D. He's taken out of the play. Kurlovich picks up the loose puck. Here's Kurlovich, his head man in the Massena zone. Collins right back out to center ice. Back to the Massena line, flipped on the backhand, just inside the Massena zone, Adam Morris. Morris, he gets taken out of the play, and the puck in the corner. Here's Kurlovich breaking wide in front, looks to center, it's knocked down, and Cullen flips it back to the blue line. Here's the drive, deflected, Cullen makes the save, and we'll have a face-off, as Massena had a couple opportunities to clear and didn't.
Well, great forechecking by number 4, Brian Lester, that time. And good forechecking. We talked about it works at both ends of the boards. And the Oswego team put the pressure on. Good forechecking by Lester. And then good defensive play by young Mr. Barkley, who cleared up that loose puck in front and tied up the Oswego player. But a good shift that time by that line, that Oswego line.
Massena apparently picked up another penalty. Todd Collins goes to the box for what? I have no idea. I did not see that one.
I didn't either. I'm going to guess maybe an interference call in front. I didn't see it either, but there was some traffic in front. We'll have to wait for the announcer.
Face off left side in the Massena zone. Off the draw. Chilton flips it into the corner. Goes back to the point. Chilton trying to come up with it. It goes in the corner for Vashaw. Vashaw in behind the net now. Trying to take it back out front. He's going to drop it. Now back to Vashaw in the corner. Centering pass right in front. And the player, that was Kurlovich, that wasn't Kurlovich, that was Moore, misfired on it. And Massena controls. Here's Levac, looking for the hole, he gets it out to center ice. Kurlovich is back to pick it up at his own blue line with a minute left in the power play. He flips it ahead. Trying to move it out is Tommy Master. Master to the Massena blue line to Kurlovich. He winds, his shot is blocked, ouch. And the puck comes back to the blue line, controlled by Moore. Moore flipping it over on the other side. Here's the shot deflected just wide in front by Dave Vashaw. In behind the net now. Again controlled by Guido. Guido trying to center, comes in the slot, but Chilton is there to pick up the loose puck, dump it down the ice. racing for it. Kurlovich and Bergeron. Kurlovich gets there first, flips it along the boards, but Jake Morris trying to pick it up. He does. Jake drags the puck back into his own end, turns around, flips it back inside, and in fact right on net. Carney has to make a save, and he has to jump on it as Adam Morris was bearing down on him. And with 20 seconds left in the power play, face-off will be inside Buccaneer territory.
That's one department that the Raiders are going to have to curtail. They lead in just about every department, but they also lead in penalties. Coming into this game, Jerry, they've almost a 2-1 margin. They had 66 minutes in penalties, and the opposition 37.5, and just can't keep doing that. You disrupt your lines. Skilled players are overworked. It's going to backfire.
Face-off goes in the corner. Morris after it there. He stays with it. Jake finally has it taken away from him by Anthony Schiappa. Schiappa moves it around the boards, bounces out to center ice, sits at the red line. Adam Morris gets a piece of it, but doesn't get it. Now into the zone it goes. In the corner, racing for it there, and picking it up is Jason Bauer. Bauer, now Schiappa. They jam in the corner. Puck bouncing around, still moving. And Adam Morris after it. We got a penalty. And who's the penalty going to be on? Yeah, a high sticking call. It's going to go against Jason Bauer as he got pushed around a little too much and got a stick up.
Well, that'll relieve some of the pressure somewhat. In fact, looks like the Raiders are going to go on a power play. We've got 6:05 left in this second period. Massena up 3-0, scored 3 quick ones inside of 4 minutes in that first period, and since then it's been a push between these two clubs.
Jake Morris comes out in the power play. Now, wait a minute. I take that back. We're going to come out with the Jason Chilton line. Nothing special. Massena does not make any changes for their power play. They just go with their regular units.
Exactly right, and they don't lose a thing with either combination that they run out there. I think they call them, one is the orange unit and one might be the blue unit. I don't know which is which, but...
Off the face-off, the puck comes to Collins. Collins drops to Aaron Barkley. Barkley ahead to Cameron. Cameron takes it. Looks to go down the middle, now goes wide, takes it across the blue line. Drops it back to Collins at the point. His shot the save is made by Carney. Looked like it was going to go wide at first, but the save had to be made. Now trying to pick up the puck is Kurlovich. He flips it to the blue line, but not out, kept in by Collins. Collins flips it in the corner. Lakers look to clear and do. Out to Aaron Barkley at the red line. Barkley waits for his wings. He just lifts it right back in the corner in the Oswego zone. In behind the net. It's flipped right back down the ice as Massena without any chance to set up there. Aaron Barkley picking up the puck. Headman pass goes to Cameron. Cameron knocked off for a moment. Now he flips it ahead to Bergeron. Oh, he got railed from behind that time. And we have a whistle. Did they call it?
Yeah, he called it. I think the crowd helped him on that one, Jerry. He initially wasn't going to. He's going to call hitting from behind.
That was a pretty obvious call.
And it happened right in front of him, too. But it was a slight delay on that call, but they finally did make it after the oohs and ahs from the crowd.
5:10 remaining. Massena will have a 2-man advantage for 35 seconds. On the Peach Jeweler scoreboard, the Raiders lead at 3-0. And here's a real good opportunity to put Massena in the driver's seat if they're not already there right now.
Yeah, that old saying, you've heard of, the next goal is a big one for either club. No, I think if the Raiders get another one, they salt this one. And if Oswego pops one here, it's a whole new ball game.
So Jake Morris out there with Bobby Whitcup and Adam Morris.
Would you rather me say that the next goal isn't important?
Absolutely not. We know it is. In the corner, the puck sits there, and Oswego's going to clear it just outside as Levac knocked it down. About 25 seconds left in the 2-man advantage. Now, right here, I think what you say, Dave, is they got to gain the zone. Is that correct?
Yes, you don't want to dump it here. Gain the zone. You got a 2-man advantage. You've got to
Jake Morris
carry it in, set it up.
Back to Labarge. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. Out to center ice again. Massena having trouble gaining the zone. In the zone, yeah, they lose it again, and it's flipped back out. Comes to the Massena zone, and in fact, the save is made. Okay, Levac. Now we're down to 1 penalty. So the 2-man advantage went for naught. Here comes Adam Morris trying to get by the defense. He does. Takes it right in front. Whitcup can't get the shot off as he was just tied up enough where he couldn't get the shot. Here's Labarge now, stick handling it. Moves it along the boards to Jake Morris. Back to Labarge. He winds his shot right on. The save made. And holding on for the faceoff is Ed Carney. And he just gave Adam Morris a shot with his stick.
Big shot from the point by Jason Labarge, a rising shot. Ed Carney coming out to make the save, and good thing he didn't give up that rebound, because you mentioned Adam Morris was parked right there, and there wasn't a blue shirt around him. But good save by Ed Carney, and good puck movement by the Raiders once they gained the zone.
32 seconds left in the power play for Massena. 4:12 in the second period. On the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, Massena leads it 3-0. Jake Morris will stay out there to take the face-off. We've got Levac and Labarge at the points. And I think Krlovich will take the draw for the Buccaneers. Off the draw. Morris controls it. In the corner, Jake steps by the D. Short side shot. Save. Rebound. Score! Bobby Whitcup on the rebound. Massena goes up 4-0 on the power play.
Johnny on the spot. Bobby Whitcup didn't make any mistake on that one. He picked up a loose... Ed Carney made the initial save, gave the rebound. It slid out about 6 feet in front of him. He couldn't read it, and Bobby Whitcup just darted in from just about the top of the circle, and he just rifled it to the far side, the stick side of Ed Carney, and the Raiders are up, and that's a power play goal, and that's with 4:05 left in the second period. Bobby Whitcup will get the goal. We'll see who picks up the assist.
Jake Morris will get one. Here comes Massena's Trevor Cameron. Poked away. Krlovich comes back the other way. Breaks by the defense. Here's Krlovich deep, trying to center it. He couldn't get it off. And I'll tell you what, Levac forced him just wide enough where he couldn't get a good shot off. Now the puck along the boards. Massena's Trevor Cameron gets knocked down. We're going to have a penalty on Massena, though. As Cameron was falling, he hooked the Oswego player. That was Jason Guido. And Trevor, well, let's see who gets the gate. I think it was Trevor. Yeah, he'll get the gate.
You mentioned about the defenseman forcing him wide. He did an excellent job. The Oswego player was able to get it back in the slot. But again, Jerry, you looked out and all three white shirts of Massena back checking. This is what you love to see. Doesn't matter if they're up by 4 or up by 10. They forecheck and they back check, and you can't ask any more of a team than that. That's it's just outstanding. You look, all three of them were back inside the top of the circle back checking.
Face off outside the zone. Again, a power play for the Buccaneers as they flip it in the Massena zone. Racing after it there is Guido. He controls it in behind the Massena net. Trying to center. Goes off a body, but it's flipped down the ice by Jason Labarge. That centering pass was meant to go out in the slot, but it hit the Massena defenseman and sat right there. But Labarge alertly picked it up. Back out to center ice. Labarge has got it again. He's going to drive it back in the corner in the Oswego zone. Krlovich back after it. His headman pass, and Chilton gets a piece of it. He rifles it back in the zone. Finally, it comes out to center ice. Jason Guido. Guido flips it ahead. In the zone, here's a shot, saved by Dougie Cullen. Nice shot there by Dave Bashaw.
Oh, boy. Let's see if George Dobbins gives number 16 a penalty. He deserves it. That time, Jason Labarge looked down and played the puck a little bit, and the Oswego player went right around him, and Dougie Cullen came out and made a great save, had to save the day, and number 16 for the Alex Bay, Dave Moore, came in after the whistle, and he just elbowed Jason Labarge right in the kisser, and I want to see if they're going to...
They gave Chris Cameron a penalty.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
So Massena will be down 2 men here with 3:05 left in the second period.
That happened right in front of the official. I can't believe that call. He almost took Jason Labarge's head off.
Face-off will come inside Massena territory.
And Jake Morris is over questioning the official on that call. I mean, he has every right to boy, oh boy, that I can't believe that one. And why I know, because it happened right down in front of us. We had a perfect view, and so did the official.
Face-off in the Massena zone. Morris out there, along with Collins and Barkley off the draw. Oswego with a 2-man advantage here for a long time, 45 seconds. Here's the drive from the point. He fires it wide. Puck whistles around the boards. They move it back to Krlovich at the point. He winds up. No, fakes the shot. Goes to the 45. Here's a sharp angle shot blocked by Aaron Barkley. Back to the point it goes. They move it around the horn. Here's a shot. Save made. Puck sits in the slot just wide, and the goalie's lost his stick. And it goes into the corner. Aaron Barkley can't find it. And we have a whistle. The net's off its moorings.
Oh, a great move by Todd Collins. He knocked that off intentionally, and in the traffic, the puck went to the other side, and he just nudged that baby off. Beautiful, smart move by Todd Collins. And Aaron Barkley really standing tall out there, knocking people down and clearing rebounds. But a very, very smart move by number 14, Todd Collins.
So now we've got Levac out there, along with Jason Labarge, and Jake Morris stays out to take the face-off. He'll face it off against Dave Moore. They've got Krlovich back at that point. They want to get him the puck. You can see that.
He's the trigger, no question. He possesses that big shot.
Off the faceoff, puck right in front. Here's a shot. Cullen makes a save. Oh, big opportunity there for Dave Bashaw, and he fired it right at Dougie Cullen's midsection.
What a save! The faceoff was onto the left of Dougie Cullen, and somehow it came through everybody. Dave Bashaw's over here at the other circle, at the just in between the dot and the line, and just one-timed it. And Dougie Cullen coming across made a great save. That's the you can't see a finer save than that, Jerry. Beautiful.
All right, face-off again. Guido this time will take it because it's to the right of Dougie Cullen against Jake Morris. Off the face-off, puck comes in, right to the side of the net, controlled by the Buccaneers. Centering power. No, that's a shot right on, the save made. 5 seconds left. Back to the point. Here's the shot. They score. That was deflected in front. And that's with 1 second left in the first penalty, so the other penalty will stand. It's 4-1 in favor of Massena on the Pete scoreboard.
I'm willing to bet that hit number 8, Dave Bashaw in front, but it was through traffic. The Buccaneers were able to control the puck, got it back to the point, and the defenseman, nice low shot. There were 2 Lakers in front, and trying to be tied up by the Massena defenseman, and it hit something and changed direction, and Dougie Cullen had no chance on that. So that will go as a power play. As you say, there will be 42 seconds left in the second penalty. But
now we got what's going on here. That's Trevor Cameron headed over to the box.
I don't. It's Chris Cameron going now to the box. Trevor is.
Oh, okay. He tried to come out. Chris, of course. So there's 1 second left on the first penalty. His penalty stands. So Massena will have to kill off some more. 4-1, Massena leads on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. 2:17 left in the second period. Off the faceoff, puck comes back to the Massena line. Brian Levac flips it, goes into the Oswego zone, and coming back after it is Tom Master. He and the official ran into each other that time. Now the Buccaneers move it into the zone again. Bashaw gets the shot off. That's deflected into the corner. After it there is Guido. Guido moving it back to the point. Krlovich, his shot deflected just wide. Oh, that changed direction, and it almost caught Dougie Cullen. 15 seconds left in the power play. They try to center it. It's knocked down, goes into the corner. In behind the net again. Here comes Dave Moore. Moore circles, takes it right in front, gets a shot off. Save made Cullen, and the whistle blows. And the official, Cullen had lost the puck, but the official lost sight of it, and the whistle blew with 2 seconds left in the power play.
Dave Moore picked up that loose puck in behind Dougie Cullen and swung right out to Dougie's right and just got a quick shot, a rising shot, and Dougie made a great save, came out just enough to cut the angle down. And Oswego exerting all kinds of pressure here with still 2 seconds left in that power play.
Cornell will take the faceoff now against Jason Chilton. Chris Cameron chomping at the bit to get back out there on the ice.
Well, that last penalty, which I think was unwarranted, there should have been a penalty prior to that, has put undue pressure on the Raiders here at this stage of the game.
Back to the point it goes. Massena gets a man back as the puck goes in behind the net. Back to the blue line. Here's the shot, and that's deflected in front. Todd Collins with it, trying to flip it along the boards. It pokes free. They jam at it. Collins again moving it in the corner. They fight for it. Puck moving along the boards, and finally it's picked up by Adam Morris. Massena breaks out of there. Here's Bobby Whitcup, has it poke checked away, and the puck comes back in the Massena zone. Picked up by Whitcup. Flips it. Collins. His backhand pass to Adam Morris. Poked away from him, bouncing at center ice. Jake Morris picking it up. Here's Morris, poke checked away. Aaron Barkley. His head man goes by everybody. That'll be an icing against Massena. And with 52 seconds left in the period, the faceoff will move back inside Massena territory, and the Raiders lead it on the Pete scoreboard 4-1.
Okay, we've got 51 seconds left to go, and I'm going to say it, and Jerry will give me a roar again. But again, you don't want to give up a goal in the last minute of the period. This is a big, big face-off, and Oswego has been exerting some pressure here due to those last 2 penalties. And big, big face-off. And let's see who the Raiders put out there. Trevor Cameron is going to take the draw.
Off the faceoff, it's Jason Bauer for the Buccaneers. Off the draw, puck sits to the side of the net now, controlled by the Buccaneers. They look to center it. Here's a shot, and Cullen makes the save. Puck comes to Levac. And Brian steps by, a forechecker, moves it to Labarge. Jason with it, steps across the red line and drives it up into the wall. And that was one of those rising shots Unfortunately, it was wide to the right, so the Buffalo Bills might have liked that one.
33 seconds left in the second period. Massena up 4-1.
Face-off just outside Oswego's zone. It comes back to Jason LaBarge. He flips it over to Brian Levac, steps across the red line, dumps it in Oswego zone, takes a funny bounce, but it's cleared in behind by Jeff Pollard. Some forechecking pressure, puck stolen by Bergeron trying to center it, and it bounces into the corner. That's not Bergeron. I'll have to pick it up in a moment. Wait a minute. Who is that?
Hewlett.
That's Hewlett. I thought he was sick. Apparently not that sick. Made a good play there. He dumps it back in the corner. Here's Tayo with it. Tayo runs into some traffic, flips it in front. Here's a backhander by Cameron. It goes off a leg. And period number 2 will end, and Massena maintains its 3-goal lead. Mitch's line out there. Kurlovich centering Guido and Vashaw. And at the points, it is going to be Tom Master and Neil Pecor. Massena, as we mentioned, the 2 Morris boys and Bobby Whitcup and Levac and LaBarge are at the points, and we're underway in the third period as the puck comes to the Massena line. Levac flips it ahead. Adam Morris gets checked, but the puck comes right back to Levac. Goes to LaBarge on the right side. He starts it out to Jake Morris. He flips it ahead for Bobby Whitkup's got Adam Morris breaking. Whitcup gets it by, slides it right on, and the puck goes in behind the net. Now Morris trying to flip it to Morris. It's whipped around the boards, and out to center ice comes Dave Vashaw. Kurlovich now flips it back on the backhand in the Massena zone. In behind the net, LaBarge trying to move it ahead to Bobby Whitcup. Here comes Whitcup. He stops, moves it ahead for Adam Morris. Goes by Morris, and is going to go right on net. And the save made by goaltender Carney. Picked up on the defense by Master. Flips it over on the other side for Neil Pecor. His headman knocked down by Jake Morris. Flips to Cameron. Backhander. Big save there by goaltender Carney. And we have a whistle. And a man in the crease, perhaps? Or did he call another penalty? Yes, he did call another penalty against Oswego. And I believe it is going to be a tripping call against Neil Pecor, the defenseman. And that happened right in front of the net, right after Cameron got off a great backhand shot that Carney made a super save on. So the Raiders go back on the power play here with 14:09 left in period number 3. We've got the Chilton contingent coming out there, Bergeron and Cameron on the wings, and it's Aaron Barkley and Todd Collins to play the points. Out to try to kill it off here. Who is going to take the face-off? I think Brendan Lane, the defenseman, is going to take the face-off. Left side in the Oswego zone. Off the draw. Cameron back to the point. Over to the other point. Barkley, did he keep it in? No, apparently not, as the whistle blows for offside. Barkley was real nifty with it, but I did think it went outside, and he kind of steered it back in quickly, but offsides will be the call in Massena. So we'll face it off outside Oswego territory. Quinnell is out there to take the draw now. Also out there is Pollard to try to kill it off along with Brian Lester. Off the face comes to Aaron Barkley. Goes to Todd Collins, and he dumps it in the Oswego zone. Puck goes around the boards. Chilton going after it. Trying to pick up the loose puck. Has it bodied away from him and bounces back out to center ice. It's going to go all the way down the ice. Cullen sticks it aside for Todd Collins. Here's Collins with it behind his own net. He leaves it for Cameron, and big Chris Cameron comes up ice. Drops it back for Collins. Collins flips it for Barkley, and Barkley moves it ahead. Here's Aaron Barkley on the stick of Cameron. Cameron draws the crowd, trying to step by the defense, has it poked away. Back to the slot. Here's the drive, and Collins fired a field goal shot that misses high. Back to the point, Barkley. Good job to keep it in. He winds up. His shot is blocked, and there's going to be a foot race, but Cullen comes way out of his net to stick it out to center ice. Now the bouncing puck controlled by Barkley momentarily and dumped right back in the zone by Oswego. Cullen comes out to leave it. Oswego making some changes here. And here comes Aaron Barkley. Barkley flips it ahead to center ice. Bergeron can't catch up with it. Dumped back in the Massena zone. Dougie Cullen rifles it around the boards for Jake Morris. Here comes Morris, building up the head of steam. Takes it right down the middle, gets by the D, steps it in front, can't get the shot off. The bouncing rebound comes to Whitcup in the circle. Whitcup fakes pass. Stick handles, takes it in front. Here's Whitcup, nice move, shot save, rebound. Bergeron fired it wide by the open net. Bobby Whitcup, what a job, he's got the puck again. Looking in front, Jake Morris the shot, he fires it wide. Puck goes around the boards again. Massena with all kinds of chances here and can't find the net. Back to the Massena line now. John Paul Bover is out playing the point for Massena. He flips it to Levac. His pass intercepted at the blue line. He's going to be called for carrying the puck, Tommy Master, as he couldn't quite get rid of it. He caught the puck and tried to knock it down, but didn't. The faceoff will move back inside. I believe it'll move back inside the Oswego territory. We'll see. The penalty is up. We're down to 12:10 remaining in the third period. On the Corky's Collision scoreboard, Massena leads it on a 4-1 count. Raiders came very close to scoring on that power play, but missed a couple of open nets and couldn't find it. Bergeron had a great opportunity. Kurlovich out there against Jake Morris. Morris wins the draw. Back it goes to Brian Levac. Levac steps across the red line, lifts it, bounces right on. The save made right in front. The backhander by Morris, and the save made again. And finally, it's Kurlovich flipping it to the Massena line. Jason Labarge, backhand pass for Whitcup. Whitcup in his own end. He loses the puck. It flips free in front, but it's cleared into the corner by Jason Labarge again. Racing to pick it up there is Tommy Master. Oh, boy. Master just threw a wicked check. Labarge went down, but coming up with the puck is Morris. His headman trying to hit his brother Adam on the breakout pass. Flip back to the Massena line. It goes into Jake's mask. And it comes back in the zone. Jason Labarge with it. Labarge in behind his own net trying to drop it for Levac. Right back to Labarge. Around the boards for Adam Morris. Morris trying to move it out of the zone. He doesn't. Here come the Lakers. The shot knocked down in front. They cross it right in front of the net. And the puck back to the point. That's blocked. Ouch. Back to the point again. They move it around the horn. Still in the Massena zone. Back to the point. Here's Pecor's shot. Cullen makes the save, loses it in front. Nobody can pick it up. Finally, Whitcup does and starts it out for Massena. Bobby Whitcup across the blue line. He's all by himself as Massena makes a line change. Whitcup circles. Now he's got some help. Looks to center it, but it's knocked down in front, and Dave Bashaw back the other way. Bashaw across the blue line, flips it in the Massena zone. In behind the net is Chris Aldis. Aldis looks. Headman on the wing. Here comes Tayo. Tayo steps by a check. Takes it across the blue line. Nice moves there. Tayo has it poke checked away. Following up is Kellison. He can't come up with it. Back to the blue line and out to center ice as Collins couldn't keep it in. Goes to Aldis. Back to Collins. He circles. Headman pass to the blue line. Here's Kellison flipping it in the zone, and Chilton couldn't. Oh, that's not Chilton. That's Trevor Cameron. Couldn't quite catch up with it. Now the puck goes around the other way. Massena still leads 4-1 here on the Corky scoreboard. Puck in the zone. Aldis trying to pinch in to cause some havoc. Bouncing puck comes to Cameron, gets by the check, feeds Kellison. Sharp angle shot knocked down by the defense. He picks up the rebound. Backhander fires it wide, and the puck whistles in the corner. The Lakers try to clear it. They can't. Puck flipped back in the corner again. Picked up there by Tayo. He's knocked off the puck. It whistles around to the 45, and finally back out to center ice where Aldis picks it up at his own blue line. Flips it to Collins. Back to Aldis. And Massena makes a line change. Aldis just dumps it in the Oswego zone from the red line. Whistles around the boards. Bergeron overskates. The puck slips into the slot and is picked up by Oswego. The Buccaneers, they can't clear as it's knocked back in by Chilton. In the corner, racing for it is Pollard. Pollard tied up by Bergeron. Cameron picks up the loose puck, looks to center. It's knocked down, and finally it's iced. And that goes all the way down the ice, and icing will be the call against Oswego. The face-off will move back inside Oswego territory. 9:13 remaining to play in the third period on the Corky scoreboard. Massena continues to lead it 4-1. Okay, we've got a change here. Nope, Chilton's line will stay out for Massena. He'll face it off against Jason Bauer. Bauer out there with Brian Lester. And let's see, who's the other forward? Oh, wait a minute. Now it's going to be Lester taking the face-off. No, Siapa's going to take the face-off. Lester and Bauer are out as wings, I think. As Oswego really changing things around. Back to the point it goes. Labarge can't keep it in. Comes back out to center ice. Labarge dumps it. Massena has to clear, and they do. Puck whistles into the corner. Racing for it there is Tommy Master. Master dumps it back on the other side. Flips it around the boards, and it's all the way down the ice. But Brian Levac intercepts that clearing pass and flips it out to center ice again. Bergeron lets it go. Following up on the play is Tom Master. Master loses it to Levac. Levac to Labarge. Labarge looking up, down the ice. Everybody waves at it, so they wave the icing off. Bergeron races for it. Flips it, goes back to the point. Here's the drive. Levac misfired on it, bounces into the slot, and Oswego breaks back the other way. Here comes Brian Lester. 3-on-2. Lester's drop pass. Nobody can pick it up. Now it comes in the slot. Here's a shot knocked down in front. Oh, Adam Morris blocked that one. Or Jason LaBarge, I should say. Took it right in the midsection. And, ooch, that had to hurt. I think there's a spot there where there's no protection, and I think that's where he got it. 8:23 remaining, third period on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Massena continues to lead at 4-1. Both teams have had some good scoring chances in this third period. Massena, though, with a few more, especially on that power play. Faster pace, yeah, no question about it. Very fast-paced third period. Jake Morris's line is out now. He'll face off against Krlovich. Face off left side in the Massena zone. Off the draw. Puck comes back to Aaron Barkley. Barkley has to leave it in the corner as Krlovich was forechecking. Jake Morris picks it up. Headman pass goes all the way down the ice. We'll do it all over again as icing the call. I think he was looking for Bobby Whitcup to break out, and it was way too far for him. Face off again. We'll be back in the Massena zone. Now there's Canton coach Randy Brown checking things out here. He's got quite a team over there at Canton this year. And Massena and Canton will play in the Massena tournament later on in the season. That's quite a ways from right now, though. And we're waiting for an equipment check here. Bobby Whitcup, and he gets things straightened around, whatever the problem was. So Krlovich and Morris will draw again. Off the faceoff, Morris wins it right back to Barkley one more time. Barkley stops, looks for Adam Morris. Morris golfs it out to center ice. Picked up there by Moore. Excuse me, that's Guido. Guido flips to the line. Krlovich, oh, he just got railed by Adam Morris. Morris flips it ahead for Whitcup. Whitcup circles, runs into some traffic. He loses it. Back to the point. They don't get it out. And the puck goes into the corner. Back to the point. Here's the drive. The save made. The rebound right in front. And Bobby Whitcup picks it up. Headman pass to Jake Morris. He's got Adam. Jake takes it across the blue line. And he gets hauled down. The puck comes free back out to center ice. It's intercepted by Adam Morris momentarily. But right back the other way comes Jeff Pollard. Pollard ahead to Krlovich. Krlovich breaks. He fires it wide. Whistles around the boards to the blue line. And does it get out? It gets out to center ice. About halfway through the third period, offsides will be the call. And with 7:15 left in the third period, Massena continues to lead on the Corky's Collision scoreboard 4-1. So after sprinting out to a 3-0 lead early in the game, it's been pretty even Steven for both clubs. Oswego is not a bad club. They have the depth that Massena has. But they're a good club, no question about it. We heard they were good. Off the faceoff, Freddie Kellison racing for it, keeps it in the zone, flips the puck in the slot, and goes down. Puck taken in behind by Tommy Master. Master rides it around the boards. Back to the blue line, but not out. Trevor Cameron trying to golf it to Tayo. Back to Cameron, and it's deflected back out to center ice. To the Massena line, in the zone, offsides will be the call as the Oswego players, both of them, went in before the puck as somebody made a good play and poke checked the puck right at the blue line. 6:51 remaining, third period. Corky's scoreboard says 4-1 for the Massena Red Raiders. Well, that St. Lawrence Clarkson game is just underway at the Chiel Center. And you can bet that there are about 44,000 or more fans there. Maybe that's why there's nobody here. Off the faceoff, puck back in the Massena zone, whipping around the boards. Mark Tayo after it there, trying to move it along the boards. He gets tied up. The puck bounces in behind the net, goes on the right side. Brian Levac doesn't get it out. Now he does with a body. It comes back in the zone, and Oswego clears the zone. Jason LaBarge around the boards for Freddie Kellison. Kellison, headmans, Cameron to Tayo. Tayo poke checked right at the blue line. Comes back to Levac. Levac flipping over for LaBarge. LaBarge headman inside the zone of Oswego. Racing back after it is Tom Master. Master trying to get by Kellison's check. He flips it around on the other side. To the blue line. Tayo, good forechecking, keeps it in. Flips it. They jam for it. Puck along the boards, back to the blue line, out to center ice. Levac, he tries to flip it up. The bouncing puck sits there, comes to the Massena line, and is picked up there by Chris Cameron. Here comes Cameron by a check. He almost got through, but it's poke checked away at the last minute by a Senzi. Now back inside the Massena zone. Here comes Bauer. Centering pass, hits a leg and sits in front of the net, but Jason Chilton is there to pick up the loose puck. Here comes Chilton. Long headband pass. He hits Cameron on the wing, and Chris breaks in the zone, gets by the defenseman, takes it in the corner, then loses it, gets it back again, goes Chilton's side of the net, and Jason can't get the shot off. Drops it back for Cameron. Cameron gets knocked down. He can't come up with it, tries to stay with it, and finally it slides out to center ice again. Dump back in the Massena zone. Cullen stops it there. Leaves it for Collins, side of the net. 5 minutes left. Collins gets taken into the boards. The puck kicks free, and Massena starts to pick it up, and they're going to clear it out to center ice. Here comes Bergeron, hitting Cameron, breaking through. Cameron knocked off the puck. He follows it, goes back to Bergeron. Bergeron trying to center it, and that was Jake Morris. He couldn't get a stick on. Massena in the middle of a line change. Morris kicks it to Bergeron. Bergeron centers it. Nobody there for Massena, and back out comes Oswego. They flip it to the Massena line. And it's picked up there by Aldis. I'll tell you what, Chris Aldis has seen a regular shift here in the third period. He's played very well for Massena. Now it's Morris in the corner to Bergeron, right behind the net. Bergeron has it taken away by Kurlovich. Kurlovich breaking down into the Massena zone, runs into his own man, still comes up with the puck, flips it in the corner. He and Labarge go together. The puck goes around on the other side to Vashaw. Vashaw has it poke-checked away, and the Raiders clear it out to center ice. Here comes Bobby Whitcup across the board. Jake Morris. Morris gets railed from behind. The bouncing puck comes to Adam Morris, trying to center it. Kurlovich clears to the blue line and out to center ice. Bobby Whitcup. Whitcup into his own end now. Runs into some traffic, trying to flip it out. We got penalties. Whitcup gets a stick. And with 3:48, who's the penalty going to be on? I would think it's got to be on both. Holding. They call Whitcup for holding. He had the puck. Bobby Whitcup had the puck, and they call him for holding. So Oswego goes back on the power play here. So the faceoff will be just inside Massena territory. 3:48 left on the clock, and on the Corky scoreboard, the Raiders lead it 4-1. Off the faceoff, back out to center ice. Tommy Master with it, takes it across. Trying to flip it, goes right in front. Here's the drive, fired wide. Rebound comes to Master in the corner. Master, stick handling it. Back to the point. Here's a drive deflected in the slot. They jam at it, cleared out to center ice. Back in the zone. And they didn't call offsides on that. I can't believe it. And down the ice it goes. Around the boards. Here come the Lakers, out to center ice again. Racing in is Guido. Takes it across, quick wrist shot, goes in behind the net. Aaron Barkley can't get it out of the zone. He just got railed from behind. Puck comes right in front, and the shot is blocked by Collins. Good job. Here's a drive from the point, and Cullen makes a big save. Collins trying to rifle it, comes to the side of the net. The centering pass shot, big save. And back to the point, kept in there by Kurlovich. His drive is blocked. Chris Cameron finds the distance. Down the ice it goes. 25 seconds left. Dougie Cullen has played a super game for Massena. No question about it. And he gets the puck again, and he's going to leave it for Adam Morris. Morris looks, flips it. Doesn't get it out of there, though. Comes back to the blue line. Here's Kurlovich. His shot. Cullen makes the save and holds on for the faceoff. Now a little pushing and shoving in front of the net. 12 seconds left in the penalty. 2:29 in the third period. And on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, Massena leads it 4-1. Second game in this tournament will feature the Ogdensburg Blue Devils and Sacred Heart out of Toronto. And, of course, whenever you get the Canadian teams in here, they're kind of an unknown quantity. You don't know who they're going to bring or what they're going to bring or anything like that. So, again, the face-off, that's true. The face-off will come with 2:29 left. Face-off in the Massena zone. Off the draw, bouncing puck goes in the slot. Labarge to Levac. Levac's got all kinds of room, waits and flips it ahead to center ice. Dump back in the Massena line. Goes into the corner. Jason Labarge after it. And the penalty is up. Massena back to full strength. They try to move it out of the zone. Kurlovich stepped in front of it but can't control it. And Trevor Cameron starts down the left sideline. Cameron pokes it by the defense. Here comes Cameron breaking free in front. Can't get the shot off. and he circles back to the point. Here's Levac, flipping it in the corner, whistles around the boards, under 2 minutes to play here. Moving back to the point, Bobby Whitcup. Whitcup trying to waste some time. Cameron flips it to Levac. Levac stick handles in his own end, looking to headman. It's intercepted, dumped back in the Massena zone, delay off sides, and Levac collars it in the corner. Here comes Brian Levac, both teams changing up. Ahead it goes, intercepted again. Dumped back in the Massena zone. 1:25 remaining. Jason Labarge flips it in the corner. They jam for it. Adam Morris trying to come up with it. He can't. Here's a shot from the point. That was a rifle shot that goes way over the net. Back to the other point. Deflected right on, and the save made by Dougie Cullen. Now Levac whistles it around the boards, doesn't get it out. Morris throws the check. That's Adam Morris. Now Whitcup in there trying to help out. The puck circles into the face-off circle. Block shot by Labarge, giving up the body. Good job there. Jason picks up the loose puck, trying to flip it ahead. Goes back to the point. Here's a shot knocked down. They jam at it. Puck sits at the blue line out to center ice. Back in. Whitcup gets it back out again. We're down to 45 seconds left to play here. Third period. Here comes Oswego. Long shot. Dougie Cullen gloves it. Holds on for the face. No, he doesn't hold on for the face-off. Good move there by Cullen as he leaves it and wastes some seconds. And Massena's starting to move it out of there. Sebastian Bergeron made a nice move there. He brings it out to center ice, and he got hauled down. And the whistle will blow, and Oswego will pick up a penalty. 29 seconds remaining. And, folks, I got to tell you, this is going to be the quickest wrap-up in history, because as soon as I get finished here, we're heading to Potsdam to see that Clarkson-St. Lawrence game, or what's left of it. They just started, so we're in good shape. Why aren't you in Potsdam tonight? 29 seconds left on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Massena leads it 4-1. No scoring in this third period, as the Raiders have had to kill off a couple of penalties, a couple of strange penalty calls in this third period. But with 29 seconds left, Massena will be going to the championship tomorrow at 3 against the winner of tonight's second game. Whitcup throws a check off the face-off. The puck sits in the circle. Jake Morris trying to go by, goes off a leg. Bobby Whitcup picks it up with 19 seconds left. Whitcup takes it across, trying to come up with it. Goes in the boards. They tie it up there. The puck shoveled down the ice. That'll be an icing call. No, they wave it off. That's good. Somebody touched it. And with 6 seconds left, the whistle is going to sound here. The Massena Red Raiders will go into the championship game, having defeated the Buccaneers of Oswego.